Maybe I should.
Never know when you're gonna drop some good stuff, Eddie. So,
You never know. Yeah, we
mm,
might even talk about you know, just some shopping lists and that kind of stuff and what to do in this market.
oh, blessed.
I don't know. I was commenting to someone, and then all of a sudden, everyone wants to know what's in my basket. I'm like, dude,
You know everybody's waiting.
yeah,
We just know you eat healthy, so we just try and copy.
yeah. I'll be going to the Whole Foods market. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be in the vegetable section. So let's see what happened yesterday. I'm going to share my screen a little bit. Well, before we do that, how's everybody's week?
Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome is
Good,
good.
good.
Ended very well. Yeah,
Good.
yeah. Were
Mm-hmm.
you all expecting that drop from yesterday?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting to go feel that gap upwards. And then, you know, when Powell started speaking, I remembered, that, yeah, dude, this when he's speaking, his normal effect is for the market to go down a little bit. I
Go
was
down.
expecting that it was going to come back up, but now there was no such thing. So,
Well,
but
when we went 8:30 and there was not much reaction to the 8:30 news, I thought, okay, everybody's waiting for Powell and he's going to move it. That was my thesis.
yeah, yeah, I had puts in the morning and calls or something. I don't remember what I had, but before 10 o'clock, I made sure I had locked in my positions. I had, locked in profits, and that was it. I was actually going to be done for the day because I don't normally trade much on Friday, if at all. I don't like to trade Fridays. So nothing
Yeah, when
against
I didn't see
Fridays, by the way.
anything move on, yeah, when I didn't see anything moved at 8:30, I just jumped in some puts. I'm like, okay, we're going down. And as soon as Powell started, it was like, yep.
Yeah, it was all the way down. So that was a good thing. I guess
Does, does it
if you were in
always
puts, what's
does
that?
it always go down when he speaks?
I think almost always. He has spoken about, I don't know how many times he has spoken, but every time that he has spoken, the market dropped. So if you see Powell is going to speak, the market's going to drop. That
The
is,
last couple times it went up though.
has it?
Yeah, the last couple times he did his little Fed meetings, it went up because I got caught both
Oh,
times
okay.
in puts, and
Uh,
it was funny that yesterday it decided to go down and I didn't buy any puts. And I was like, you mother, you know.
yeah, I know. Yeah, yesterday
I think,
was,
well, Deandra, what I saw was that I think the last time what happened, he went up a bit, but the next day it went down.
it
Yeah,
dropped.
It
now
took some
yeah, it
time
will
to,
fall. Both times it did
yeah,
fall drastically the day after, yes. But
after, yeah.
the day he was speaking, like right after he decided to be done talking, it just went on a run.
Hmm.
Now,
But remember, yesterday was Friday too, right?
yeah, you're right. Because the other ones was Wednesdays. It was
Yes.
actually FOMC meetings or something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, my question is, so I did see, which I don't know how you look at it, but if we go to like a 1 hour time frame, I don't
For
know. Have you ever heard of supply and demand flip, Eddie?
yeah, I've heard of those. A lot of what are they called? Fundamental traders will work on that.
Yeah, someone showed me that it was a supply and demand flip yesterday. The reason why it didn't go fill the gap, and I was like, I've never heard of,
Yeah, yeah. Looking at the ADD yesterday, I mean, there was no way it was going to go up. I do look at this one, occasionally, but or the few others that you can look at, or the tick. Yeah. Do you ever look at the
Tick,
tick?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the tick, yeah.
yeah. If you look at the tick, same thing. Now, if the tick flips, you know that we've changed direction. So
Hmm.
yeah, but yeah, not a lot of people look at these advanced things. So we'll just leave it
Yeah,
at
I
that.
ain't gonna lie, I've never seen this.
Yeah, yeah.
It's okay.
I, I'm gonna
Okay.
get more questions than than anything. So yeah, But supply and demand, yeah, essentially it's the law of economics. When there's a huge demand and not enough supply, then what happens? Price goes up, right? Or if there's an oversupply, meaning that we had overbought it, then the price will go down. So that could be one of the reasons, even though I have never really evaluated S&P from that standpoint. My standpoint is usually based on or my observations are usually based on what's happening in the market, and supply and demand could be one of them, but also I think the rates here were more what was driving. That's what was driving yesterday's rally. So the way I interpreted it, and this is not entirely my own thinking, but thinking of a few analysts, is that we were expecting, or a lot of people were expecting, that he would not stick with the 75 basis points increase. Instead, he would walk back and go with a 50%, with the 50 basis points. That was what a lot of economists were thinking or believing or wanted to happen, right? So 50 is what they were looking for. Instead, he stuck to his guns and said, no, 75 is what I said I would do. I'm sticking with 75. You take it from there. But his message was also that even though it seems like inflation is coming down a little bit, we're not going to relax. We're not going to sit back on our laurels and say that we got this. No. Instead, what he was saying is that we're going to crush it. We're going to make sure it comes down. Inflation, that is. He's looking for 2% inflation. And so he firmly believes that in order to get that number down, several things have to happen. We have to take a lot of money out of the market, and we have to have a recession. That's about the only way that we're going to bring down inflation. Recession brings inflation down. Is that right? Yeah, people don't have money, people cannot afford. So recession has to happen. It's not a when, it's not a how, it's not an if, it's it will happen. So let's get that into our minds. The usual effect for that obviously is that rates, not just rates, but stock prices are going to go down because of affordability and all that. That is the intended effect. So I'm still online to for these to go down a little further. And that is why next month, because I believe that next month, based on what I'm hearing, what I'm reading, and all that, of course that could change. Anything you read on the internet is not necessarily true, right? Right, Emily? What do you think? Emily agrees with me.
I agree.
Yeah. You don't believe everything you read on the internet or Facebook or whatever. So September is historically a down month, and I think it's looking on track to be a down month. So we'll see whether that is going to hold true and whether that's going to continue to be the case as in previous years. So when I'm buying next month. But what I'm buying is going to be for a hold. I'm not going to be trying to day trade something that I want to hold for a long time. And also, let's see. Okay, yeah. When I hold, my style of holding is usually a few years, because I buy and hold in my long-term accounts. I don't buy in my day trading account. Right, so I have a day trading account. I have some long-term accounts where I do my swing trades, where I do trades that I don't want to look at every day. That's a strategy for you guys, by the way. You can have more than one account, right?
Did you get more Tesla shares after the split?
No, I have not bought. I bought before the split, and then I benefited like everybody else with a 3+2. They gave everybody 2 extra shares, right? For every share that they had previously held.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I missed
Yeah.
that one.
No, I didn't. So it was hold on. So
It was a 3-to-1,
and then you got an extra 2.
You got 2 extra for every other share. For every share that you held before Wednesday,
Oh, okay.
you got 2 more.
Wow.
So it was 5-to-1. Isn't that nice?
With Tesla?
That was Tesla, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So For Tesla, I hold that one long term. My intention for that obviously is to give it away, right? So I will give it away when it is nice and ripe and all that. It's an investment. It's an investment. So that's my intention.
Mm.
Cool. Yesterday was a beautiful day. These days don't come very often. This is $100,000 day. If you did not make $50,000 yesterday, I don't know what you guys are doing. DeAndre, you made no. You said you didn't buy your puts, right?
Yeah, he got lucky yesterday.
Yeah, it's very cool. All right, what other questions do you have? I see the familiar crowd, so you all are experts. I can't really surprise you with anything there.
So I guess
How
my
about
question is, I'm sorry. I guess my question is for stock like Tesla or Google or what the other one, Amazon that got split recently. If we go into a recession and the price are going to go down, why is it good to buy now? Since we know the price will go down.
Well, just wait for it to go down. I didn't say buy now. I said buy in about September or October. Yeah. So take Tesla for instance, right? Tesla was trading at 300 the other day before the split adjusted. That was about 900 and something. As soon as the split happened, the price went down by 1/3, which is expected because it was splitting 3 times. But we also know that this price here, these high prices that we've been seeing for the last few weeks, is because of that anticipation that the price or that Tesla is going to split. We also know that Tesla is one stock that even after it splits, if it goes down, it will go down for sure, yes. But in the medium to long term, it always comes back up, right? Just like Apple, when Apple split, every time Apple splits, the price kind of stagnates at a low level before it gradually goes up, and then they split again. We've seen that happen over and over and over again with Tesla, with Apple, with this is the first time we're seeing it with Amazon, right? Amazon kind of took a beating, but even when they split, they were at the 111 level, I believe, and look at what has happened. They've gradually gone up. Here's where they split, and as soon as they split, you notice the price goes down, right? I'm looking at the daily, yes. So after a stock splits, the benefit has now been realized. You now have your X number of shares, from what it split, which was around 111 at the time, and price goes down. That's dilution, or it gets diluted, or whatever that economic term is, before it starts going back upwards. So we expect the same thing to happen with Tesla. So now is not the time to buy Tesla. It's still overpriced. It's still very expensive at 288. Personally, if I were to wait for Tesla, I'd be looking for the 200s. This is where I'm going to buy more Tesla. 200s. Not 288. 288 is still too much. It needs to come back down to earth. Down to earth for me is between 200 and 220. This is the area I'm looking for. Then once that happens, then after that I don't really care too much, right? Because I'm not going to sell it. But there's no need to pay $80 more than I should. That's my point. So yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, if you're going to hold it for a long time, don't buy it now. Just wait until prices. And also notice that the VIX is what? This is DeAndre's baby over here. The VIX 25. Wait for these VIX to come back down a little bit. No, maybe. Do you think the VIX is going to come back down to 16?
Eventually.
Eventually, it will, right?
Yeah.
But not next
probably
week.
not no time soon though.
You'd be surprised. I would say 20 here in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. But well,
Yeah, I'll put my money
Yeah.
on it. 20 in the next 2 weeks. It will be down here. So much such that, in fact, if you wanted to play the VIX, you can actually trade it. Did you know the VIX was tradable?
Yeah, I actually traded it. They owe me a couple $100 actually.
Oh, yeah? What's the symbol? I forget what the symbol is. I don't know what the symbol is. I know on TradeStation it's dollar VIX. Is it VIXX? I don't know.
No, it's just VIX on here, right?
Yeah, is it trade? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah.
I don't know why I was so overthinking this. All right. Yeah. So the VIX is actually tradable, and I would go on. I wouldn't go with the AM. I'm not seeing all my data. Oh yeah, these guys had said they were doing maintenance work. Okay, so I'm on sim trading, by the way, and on Saturdays, Thinkorswim will do their what do they call it? The maintenance.
Maintenance.
Yeah, maintenance. So I'm not seeing all the data. I'm looking at only the AM. Just the AM. Let me see if I can bring up my live. Think. There we go. Got all these shortcuts. I named that shortcut Think, so I don't have to think about it. Is that a valid argument? I'm just bringing up my live here to see whether, because I don't trade the AM options. And yep, so they're probably doing maintenance as well, even on live. So I don't have live data on that. So let's look at 3 weeks, 24 days, right? 24 days on the AM, 21 September. You could potentially pick up. I think if let's see, the underlying right now is 25, so we're looking for 26 and above. 26 and above. So delta of that, maybe we should just go with delta 50 and above. So I'd go with a 28. So $3.80. If you had one put for $3.80 or $380, I'm pretty sure this one was going to pay off in about a couple weeks. Yeah. Yeah, that's the VIX. I mean, it's got to fall. It can't continue to do this for a very long time. Now, just because I've said it is
even with September, sorry, being bearish, you think in 2 weeks it's going to go down like to?
Yeah, I think it. Well, you know what the right thing to do is to look at a 3-year chart on this thing and see what has it traditionally done in September. This is September. It's come down over here, right? Let's look for September. We are down over here a little bit before it goes back in October. This is September. This is September. It has gone down.
Okay.
I think that bad boy is going to come down. Yep.
Can you show that option again to put?
The what? The options chain?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's
So,
September 21st?
yeah, but I wouldn't trade the September 21 because this is an AM expiration. Have you heard my argument about an AM expiration?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, don't trade the AMs. Wait for Monday and see, buy the regular expirations.
Okay.
Yeah, not the AMs. The AMs, unless you know what you're doing, because this AM actually expires September 20. It gets settled on the morning of September 21, and that's why it has a DTE of September 21. But this expires September 20th at 4:15 p.m. Not even 4 o'clock. So there's special rules with the AM expirations.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd spend about, $300-400 on it, and it should pay off in the next couple weeks. Yeah. Cool. So that was VIX. So yeah, if you're going to buy and hold for the longer term, I would say wait a little bit, because the premiums are kind of high at the moment. Let's take a look at one of those. Like let's say you were going to go with VOO, and you decided you were going to buy let me see the audience here. What do you guys normally buy when you buy long term? How far do you go out?
45 days.
45 to 90 days. Okay.
Yes.
So 45 to 90 days is just for regular trade. If you were going further out for a buy and hold, I think I would go
Oh,
a
you
little.
mean like
Yeah.
3 months?
Well, even 3 months is a little short.
I mean, like a week.
9 months.
Yeah, I would suggest about 18 months is where that sweet spot is. And then you start getting out 6 months from now or 9 months from now. So if you were going for the June 16, 2023, which is 293 days away, this price is kind of on the expensive side, I would say, because this is about $3,850, which is not bad, right? Considering that this is a longer term investment. If you are doing this inside of your 401k, instead of your IRA, and you spend $4,000 on one contract, let's see what kind of payoff you would get. So I want to say that well, first off, how do we know that this is expensive or not expensive? This is the VOO. Does anybody know how to know whether this is expensive or not?
Are we
So
buying a call on the VOO?
I would buy a call on the VOO in September, not today, but I just want to see what is the price. What is that price? What's the regular price? So here it is. So I'm going to go 1 year, see where it is. I don't see. Not getting a good chart. So let's go to one of my favorites, barchart.com. Anybody heard of barchart.com?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Was that Maureen? No. Okay. Okay, so this is barchart.com. I'm just going to put in VOO as a stock symbol, and I'm going to see options prices on the left side, and I'm going to look also at the expiration here for 2023 June 16, which is what we're interested in, and that was the 370 strike. So the 370 strike is this one, which is it's at the money, trading for 38.50. But if you click on these upside down ellipses and see the options price history, then we can see what it was trading at. So I think this data is a little bit out of date. They don't have the most recent. So at one point it was $50. You see that? But at the end of yesterday, it was $38.50. That's a huge difference, right? So 50.2 minus 38.5 is $11. So that's $1,000 change on just one contract in 1 day. So if you had bought it yesterday, you can see how that would have been very, very expensive. Those are the puts. Sorry, those are the calls. The regular price is if you look at the beginning of the month, is in the 30s, the low 30s, 25 to 30. I would say that in July it was trading in the 30s, the 31s over here. Not much has changed, but something changed here on end of July. It was in the 25s, right? 25. So we don't think that price would come down significantly back down to here. It wouldn't make so much sense to do that, but we can expect that it will drop down a little further, maybe down to about 35. That's about where I would be looking for it, maybe around 35. I wouldn't even look at the early part of this month, because all of this is with that anticipation that the market has turned around. But once the market goes down, then we should expect that these prices are going to reflect the same thing. Now, why am I looking at VOO? It's because this one goes very, very similar to SPX, right? So if we look at the chart of VOO, you notice that it looks very, very much like SPX. Anybody disagree on that one? Does that look the same? And we can see the same three jumps over here that we saw S&P do in June. We can see yesterday's drop. Well, everybody has a drop yesterday, right? By the way, there was a significant gap on the S&P at 4057 that was important to close. We'll go and look at that in a second. But the projection on this one, if I do a 3-year chart on this, it has been upward except for this 6 months or 8 months now, I guess. But once we're done with this low and then start going up, then hold it for at least a year. You should be good. So
But
35.
Eddie, sorry.
Go ahead.
But the premium seems to be just as high as SPX.
The premium is $38, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or did you see something different?
What's SPX?
SPX for June 2023?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Oh, you mean that would be like 80? Okay, it would be like, okay, I see. Okay,
Let's take a look. June 2023.
Oh, that's gonna be like yes.
That's more like
okay.
385.
Okay.
So that you'd be paying $38,000.
$35,000.
Actually, and in the money at 40.50, you'd be paying for 400.3. That would be $40,030. So $40,000. Yeah, it's 10 times. Don't buy the S&P for 40,000.
No, you can do that.
Yeah, but
Okay.
if you want to invest with me,
I forgot it was long term. It was long term.
yeah, long term, yeah. So buying something for $3,500 for long term is a good idea, and here's why. On a regular basis, you guys are making $300 to $500 every day at a minimum. So, if say in a week you made, or in a month or whatever, you made your $3,500, what do you do with it? How do you pay yourself? Well, one way to pay yourself is to buy a 2-year contract like this one for $3,500 and double your money in about 6 months or less, right? And then take that profit and do the same thing again over and over again. This is how you pay yourself. If you're not taking the money out of your account, you're just transferring it from your day trading account into your regular long-term account. This is a great way. So for S&P, no, I wouldn't buy S&P for $40,000. Instead, I'd buy something that looks like S&P, which we just saw VOO is one of the candidates, right? One of the candidates. So that's 38.50. Right now it's a little bit overpriced because the VIX is high. So if we wait for that volatility to come down a little bit, means that we can shed about what can we shed about? Maybe $5, give or take. Yeah, what's up? Oh, are you? You can pull it out. Do you want the keys? Okay, thanks. All right. Now I'm distracted. Yeah, wait for it to come down about $5, give or take. Yeah, which is $500. So, yeah, there's something on my shopping basket. That's on my basket.
So it's a 370 call.
It will probably be whatever will be at the money, but here's another thought process I should probably say. I usually buy slightly in the money or deep in the money. When I'm buying a longer term call, I like to go a little deeper, right? So between 50 and 70. It all depends on the price. If I'm able to pay less than $3,000 or about $3,000, then whatever $3,000 is going to get me as high of a delta, that is what I will buy. It wouldn't be the 375, it would be at least the 370. But then you know that this price is going to come down here next month.
September.
Yeah. So that's just as of today. If you are doing this today, if we have seen the bottom, right? If we've seen the bottom and we are now turning around, then that would be your play. But we have not. We haven't seen the bottom, and we haven't seen, what those prices are going to be. So I would say that, somewhere around here. It's not very far. I don't think it's going to be that far. So, yeah. So even though they're preaching doom. 360 is on the far side, because if you look at SPX, SPX, that would be equivalent to about the 3,900, right?
Okay, that's
and 3,900 is way,
yeah.
But SPX can surprise you guys. It moved 150 yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Or 100 something, 100 plus. I didn't check what the numbers were at the end of the day, but it moved significantly. So I'm not surprised. Something else could happen that causes it to move. But if everything were to remain constant, or as the Latin says, ceteris paribus, something like that, all things remaining constant, then I think that 4,000 is not far fetched, right? That's 57, 60 points away. Yeah, it's not a support level, but it is a very interesting one, because we've tested that area, and it's also a psychological number, 4,000. People don't want to go back into the 3,000 something. So this is a number that I think is very likely to be hit or tested. Even if it gets tested for like 20 seconds, because that's possible, right? And how do we test? How do you see what a 20-second test looks like? This is what a 20-second test looks like. This is where I made my money yesterday on this week. I didn't even wait to see whether this candle would go. No. As soon as I was down here and I saw this thing started going up, I was like, I'm out. I am so out of here. I'm not giving you this money back. I'm not even, there was no goodbye. Basically, I was just like, see ya.
Did you get out of market, or you did a limit?
No, of course, you do a limit. Never do market. Market is only if it's an emergency. I haven't had an emergency in a long time. Do you have any emergencies, Emily?
No.
Yeah, then you don't need market.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, market, you're basically signing up to be like whatever, right? And with SPX, you're competing with the banks. The banks are sitting over there. They're like, all right, the one sad guy who offers $20 for this contract, just go and sell it to him. You know who they're going to sell it to? The people that say market.
But you know what I've noticed? Even though everything is going down, all the oil stocks are going up.
Okay, good observation. So the energy industry has obviously been going up because of the crisis, right?
Yes.
So not everything goes down. Thankfully, not everything goes down. Otherwise, we'd just all be doomed. So something has to be going up or sideways, right?
Hey, Eddie.
Yeah.
I made a quick 450 on SPX yesterday.
Very
Hopefully
good.
got it out.
Very good. Very good. Did you say on the gap upwards?
No, not on the gap.
On the way down. On the way down. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully everybody made at least something. If you just held for even at least through one 15-minute candle, you came out ahead.
Man, you had the hold for one candle.
Yes. Yeah. Well, if I trade on the 15 these days, DeAndre.
You say what?
I trade on the 15. I don't trade on the 1 minute.
I've actually come down to some smaller time frames myself. I still go to the daily, but I like to kind of start out on like 1 hour and go down from there. So
okay, yeah, I do the daily and the 15. So the anything smaller than that is just casual glancing. But I don't make any decisions at that level. They're just too micro. They will make you jump. So all you have to do is draw your zones there. And but the thing is, yesterday when we hit this low point over here, the 4160, that was a line that I had drawn in the sand and said that's our turnaround point. So I saw us turning around, and I thought, well, yeah, that was it, right? That was the whole effect. Well, you have no idea that the market is going to do something a particular, after that. So all this energy over here, I came back to my computer. I was like, my jaw was on the floor. I was trying to pick it up. I was like, man, I should have stayed at my computer. And then I reminded myself my rule. My rule is, first and foremost, avoid trading Fridays if you can. Second is, if you've already locked in your profit, just be happy with it. And that was it. But be happy with it. So I was happy with a few thousand, and I was like, that's all I need, right? Doesn't change my daily beat. And if you think too long, it starts to bother you. So for me, I usually this is the psychology part of it, where once you make that decision, stay with it first and foremost, and then don't question it. Don't second guess yourself. You're allowed to. It's all right. It's healthy, but don't let that be a habit of, wish I could have stayed. Wish I could have that. Yeah.
Lord, Eddie, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I was in that same candle with an OCO.
Yeah.
And I was so excited. I saw how much money I was making. I wanted to get out before it reversed, or I was even hit my sell.
Yeah.
So to cancel the OCO, the best way, what's the quickest way?
So when you have an order in the system, then you're going to see, you're probably going to see a bubble here, right?
Right.
So you just click on X.
Click on the X. Okay.
Yeah, that will take you out like almost immediately.
Okay. I wondered if that was all right. And then just do the sell immediately, or the close order.
So when you let's do one live here. How about that? How about we just do one? Right. So
I wondered about that bubble thing.
Yeah. So today it's a weekend. Let's say we buy, I don't know, what are we going to buy here? We're going to buy a put. Is that right? We're not even going to execute. Just going to do here with let's do that one. All right. Okay. So once I send that order in, you see that I just sent that order. I've got 3 orders here. The first one is for me to get in. Depending on where you are, you've got your stop and you've got your limit, right?
Right.
After this green one has filled, then you're left with these 2. You're left with the stop and you're left with the limit. Right? So all you need to do is just cancel the one that you want to, get rid of. If you want to get rid of the limit, then you can, click that X. If you want to just, get the stop out, then you can click on the stop, right? Or you can and it will take you out. If you have not been filled, then you have to click on the green one, and that will take all of it out. Notice it went 3. The reason it has to be in that order. You have to get filled first, and then you'll be left with the other 2, and then you can click on the X on one of those 2, because they're mutually exclusive.
But then you have to go back and sell it, right? From the option chain?
Yeah. So you'd simply go back now to your monitor tab, and then it would appear here. And what you'd have to do is just right click and then create closing order.
Closing order. Okay.
Yeah. Create closing order. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. So, trade management. Yeah, for those, that's one of the most common questions about how to manage the trade. Once you're inside it, how do you manage that trade? And you just have to become very, very familiar with this monitor tab, right? So the monitor tab is where you hang out here a lot. You should hang out here a lot because it's got some important sections. The most important, in my opinion, there's the working orders and the field orders. That's 2 of them, and then the position statement. Once you get into a position, once you get your order is filled, it's going to be in 2 places. Number 1, it's going to be in your field orders. Notice that mine is empty today. It will always be empty at the beginning of the day. That means that there is no historical information that is saved on the field orders in this particular section. It is only for today, the current day. Once that is filled, then you've got things like price, you've got things like strike and expiration symbol and all that. It's telling you how much you got paid, or rather how much you paid or got paid. Yeah, how much you paid or got paid in case you sold, for example, a spread. So you can find that information for today, the current day. The position statement is where you're going to see whether you're making money or not, right? So you're going to see your P&L, you're going to see where the current mark is. And I should probably go into on demand to do this, but you get the picture. And then there's working orders. Working orders is where, simply just what it means, working orders, right? Any confusion on that one? Meaning it hasn't happened yet. It's just in process. You've already put in your request to buy something or to sell something, and it's in process. It hasn't happened yet, but it's pending. They should probably rename this one to working or pending orders. Maybe not pending orders. I think working orders is good. Yeah, it's working, because as soon as it happens, it goes into your field orders. So now the question is, because I don't see anything, but I traded yesterday, where is all the stuff that I traded yesterday? Where is it? How do I find it? Well, you're still on the monitor tab, but this time you have to go into the account statement. See this one? Account statement. And once you get there, then there's the cash and sweep that will tell you what you've been doing all this time. So right now I'm in my SIM account. I don't trade much, so let's see what I can say. So what we can see what we can find, I should say. So I will go back. I can go back 7 days from today. I can go back 370 days. Apparently, this is the maximum time. Tell you what, let's go back 350 days. What do you guys think? 350 days. Yeah. And it gives you all your transactions, right? How much you sold, how much you bought, and obviously the most recent ones are at the bottom. Right, you can see the most recent ones at the bottom. So in my same, what did I buy last? I bought MES at 17.50, and I cut the trade at 15.25. I was making a loss. Right, so this was a future. I can see here that I bought BA, QQQ. I adjusted my cash balance. So this is where you get your historical information, and as you saw, you can go back 370 days is the most that you can go to, or you can just do last month, or give it a specific amount, say 30 days, and it will give you that information. And of course, I forgot what the question was. Cool. Well, any other questions before we sign off today? I'm actually going to cut it short. We're not going to go a full hour. I guess we're right there. It's almost 12 o'clock, but I wasn't planning. I didn't have too much planned for today. Next week or the following week, I will have something. So, any other questions? No.
Hey, Eddie.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You said next time you're going to have something planned. Should we get prepared? You want to give us a preview so we can get prepared for that questions?
It will be. I will prepare between now and then. I don't have it in my head yet, but I like to present at least a teaching topic or two. It may not necessarily be advanced, but usually it's going to help out for people who have got a little bit of experience.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When is that again?
That's going to be in 2 weeks.
Next Saturday, 2 weeks. Saturday, you mean?
No, we're going to skip this Saturday and then meet the following one. And I will post.
Eddie, I think maybe not.
Maybe not.
That's the 10th. That's the 10th.
Oh, is that when I'll be traveling?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll update something. And my dates have also changed a little bit for my travel, so. But we'll see. I will update. I will post, and I will post early in advance. Today, I dropped the ball.
Hey, Eddie, I have a question.
Fell out of bed and hit the floor. Most times I just jump out of bed and miss the floor. Today I hit it. Yeah, what's the question?
It has to do with Thinkorswim. I started to use the web version. Do you ever look at that, or can you tell me? It's way different from this other version of Thinkorswim. I was having trouble on my computer, and couldn't download it. The regular Thinkorswim again. I took it off and redid it because I had new internet. But just curious to know what you think about the web version of Thinkorswim.
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah. The reason
it is different.
Yeah, it is, and the reason I like it is because it gives me a better view on some things. Than the platform. And because I usually have it up all the time, I'm usually glancing at it. The only difference that I see is that, and I'm not sure where the delay is. I'm not sure whether the delay is on my installed Thinkorswim or whether it's the web version, but I think the web version is usually telling me what, I think it might be ahead.
It seems to be quicker to me.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do see the prices, in advance on Thinkorswim, on the web, and so it helps me react much faster on the actual platform.
Okay.
So that's one of the reasons maybe that I keep it up, but it shows me a nice P&L, very easily. It's got that clean white screen. I've got my theme on the light. I'm looking at it right now, the light-skinned version of it.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's an okay product. Now trading on it is slow, right? Entering the orders on it, so I don't do that.
Okay.
But information-wise, I love it. Yeah, I think it's okay.
Yeah, I have it. I was using it on my computer just to look at it, and I like it. It's just an adjustment as far as getting used to it, as opposed to the regular Thinkorswim. Mine is on my mobile. I've been actually trading on my mobile because I was having so much trouble with my my monitor on my computer and my computer attachment to Thinkorswim. So I was just curious to know.
Okay. Yeah. Have you called tech support to fix your Thinkorswim?
Not yet. I'm going to just when I switched over internet from, one to a faster one. That was where I was having the trouble. So I'll go ahead and work on that this week, because I do like having it, on the big screen so I can see everything and, make my decisions. I love the charting on Thinkorswim and that heat map. All of that stuff helps me. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
You are welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes uninstalling Thinkorswim and then installing it solves a lot of problems. So
Okay.
yeah, faster computer, faster internet, it definitely helps. So
Okay. I may just go ahead and try to see if I can reinstall it. So
okay.
I just hadn't done it yet.
Cool.
Okay.
Any other business we need to look at?
I have a quick question.
Sure.
You said this link right here is the only link I need. Is that like the Saturday and the Power Hour on Thursday link? Is the same thing?
The link that I sent you is where everybody gets the link. So if you just hit like or go there, and then you will get notified every time I post something public. So that's a public link. Sure. Awesome. Gail, thank you so much. I saw your text. Very nice graphics. Who'd have thought, man? You're very creative.
No, it's my daughter. No.
Oh yeah? Remind me to buy her a cup of coffee or something, Man, she's good. Use that, by the way. So
Oh, definitely.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. We will see you on the flip side. So tread and trade carefully. Good night.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie.
Have a good weekend.